It all started with the sound of laughter. Cruel, echoing laughter. A billionaire in a spotless white suit stood beside his brand-new luxury SUV, laughing so loudly that everyone at the small-town gas station turned to stare. He wasn't laughing at a joke. He was laughing at a man. A tired mechanic named Tom Weaver, who was refueling his rusted, decades-old pickup truck. The truck looked like it had survived a war. The paint was peeling, the bumper was dented, and the engine coughed like it was on its last breath. The billionaire sneered. "Hey, old man, that thing still runs, or do you push it to work every morning?" People chuckled nervously, but Tom just smiled faintly. "It runs," he said softly. "Better than most things built these days." Friends, you won't believe what was hidden inside that old truck, something that would silence the billionaire forever. What could a rusty piece of junk possibly hold that could shake a man worth billions to his knees? At that moment, the world seemed ordinary. But within minutes, everything was about to change, because behind that laughter was arrogance, and behind that truck was a story about love, loyalty, and a promise that money could never buy. And when Tom reached into his glove box, the billionaire's laughter would vanish, replaced by tears he never thought he'd cry again. Stay with me till the end, because this story isn't just about wealth or pride. It's about what truly gives something, or someone, their worth. Tom Weaver had worked with his hands all his life. 40 years fixing engines, building parts, and repairing things people had long given up on. He was the kind of man who believed that everything and everyone deserved a second chance. His truck, a faded blue 1972 Chevy, was more than transportation. It was a piece of his soul. Every scratch had a memory, every dent a story. He'd rebuilt it 3 times over the years. Not because he couldn't afford another, but because it was special. People often asked him why he never upgraded. Tom would just smile and say, "Because some things can't be replaced." Meanwhile, Ethan Cole, the billionaire, lived in a world of marble floors and private jets. He owned luxury car companies, ran global tech firms, and believed success was measured in speed, not in patience or heart. To him, an old truck was a symbol of failure. He'd grown up poor and swore he'd never look back. But fate has a funny way of bringing the past right to your front door. That morning, Ethan was driving through his childhood hometown for a business deal. His car ran low on fuel, and he pulled into the first gas station he saw, the same one Tom visited every Friday after work. 2 men, 2 lives, and 1 truck, colliding at the crossroads of pride and humility. And friends, if you think this was just a random meeting, think again. Sometimes the universe writes its own script, and this one had a twist no one saw coming. Ethan leaned against his SUV, talking loudly on his phone. "Yeah, sell the whole lot. If they can't keep up, they don't deserve my brand name," he said with a smirk. Then he noticed Tom's old truck pulling up beside him, coughing, rattling, and squealing to a stop. The billionaire rolled his eyes. "Wow, didn't know dinosaurs still roam the roads." Tom smiled, unfazed. "Well, this dinosaur's got good bones." Ethan laughed. "Good bones? That thing looks like it belongs in a junkyard. I could buy you 10 new ones, brand new, 0 miles, and you'd still come back to this piece of rust?" Tom looked at him calmly. "I don't measure things by shine. I measure them by stories." That line caught Ethan off guard, but his ego wouldn't let him stop. "Stories? It's a truck, old man. It doesn't tell stories. It dies slow." Tom chuckled softly. "Depends on who's listening." Friends, at this point, everyone around the gas station had turned their heads. They could feel something deeper brewing. Not anger, but something emotional. Something unspoken. Ethan scoffed and took a step closer. "So what's in it for you, huh? Memories of the good old broke days?" Tom wiped his hands on a rag and nodded toward the passenger side. "Something like that. There's a reason I keep it running, and it's sitting right there, in that glove box." The billionaire laughed again. "What, spare change? Old napkins?" Tom smiled. "No, something that money can't buy." And that's when Ethan's laughter began to fade, because curiosity has a way of silencing pride. Tom reached into the truck, his hand steady, despite years of work that had left them scarred and rough. He unlatched the glove box, and inside was an old, folded envelope, yellowed with age, edges torn from time. He pulled it out carefully, almost reverently, and turned to Ethan. "This," Tom said softly, "belongs to you." Ethan frowned. "What are you talking about?" Tom extended the envelope. "Go ahead, open it." The billionaire hesitated. The crowd around them had gone silent. For the first time, his confidence wavered. He tore the envelope open, and his expression froze. Inside was a faded photograph, a man in greasy overalls standing beside a little boy holding a toy wrench. Behind them, the same blue truck gleamed, brand new. "Where did you get this?"